Start off with what we've all been pretty invested in, I would say, is the NBA playoffs. And the first round is done. We've got the first round out of the way. We're in the second round, and let's break down each series in the second round. And let's start off with the team that beat our beloved Toronto Raptors, and they are facing Miami Heat. So, what do you guys think about that? Like, what's your predictions? How's it going?
I mean, honestly, it's going as I expected without Joel Embiid. No one's there to stop Bam in the paint, he has been absolutely insane this series. In the first game, I think he shot like 80%. Today, once again, the Heat slapped the 76ers, and this is what the Heat should be doing without their best player who adds in great depth and adds in great defensive presence. The Heat is doing exactly what they should be doing, dominating the games and winning at home.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think everybody kind of expected Miami to win this series. Like, even if Embiid was playing, like, Miami's just the better team overall. They're just all clicking, man. Like, Tyler Hero off the bench is legit destroying teams. The whole starting lineup is dirty. Like, they're defensive monsters. The Sixers just can't compete with that. They don't have the same firepower as them.
What about
Yeah,
you?
no,
Yash?
like defensively, they're insane. Like if you have PJ Tucker, Bam, Kyle Lowry, Victor Oladipo, Jimmy Butler, like that's just like James Harden gets switched on to Bam, then Jimmy, then PJ, then Kyle, then Victor. Like he's not like can't expect him to get buckets and then beats out with a broken face. He's like they're gonna win anyway. Yeah,
Broken thumb.
I had it anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure everybody that I talked to at least either had Miami in 4 or 5. Like Sixers just like nobody gave the Sixers a chance. I mean, it makes sense though. Miami's just the more complete team, first overall in the thing East. It just makes sense.
Were you guys surprised that the Raptors got 2 games on Sixers? Because Philly is a way better team on paper.
They are,
Not really.
but I'm not surprised. Like Toronto has been good like all season long. It's just inconsistency. But then again, like the Sixers, they're just known to like always fall off in the playoffs. It's just how it goes. So no, it's not surprising at all.
Yeah, I don't think it's really surprising. Toronto's always been like a good, all around type of team. Even like the bench players are pretty good. They just have like really good role players.
And not even just that, but Toronto also won the regular season series as well. And even though the playoffs are definitely different, to see Toronto take 2 games, especially with Embiid having torn ligaments in his thumb, I'm not too surprised about that. Although I really wish they somehow pulled it through, but whatever's happened has happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think considering the fact that Scotty was out for like a game too, right? And they dropped a game at home too. So honestly, if Embiid didn't hit that game winner and they won in overtime, I think the Raptors would have had a shot in Game 7. Just because like Pascal Siakam, the way he was playing that entire series was crazy. But what the Raptors needed, they need some like an inside presence. They need like a Rudy Gobert. They need a Hassan Whiteside, someone like that, to get boards, blocks, just to play defense in the Central Force, just so they can have that one person that can stop and be like when they had that championship run, they had Marc Gasol. Right,
Yeah.
Marc Gasol was a defensive stopper. They need someone like that in the paint, like a 7-footer, like monster that can keep up with them. Because yeah, you can have a bunch of 6'8", 6'5" wings, but when you go up against a 7'2", like 250, 280-pound, like fucking giant, like like there's only so much you can do, and especially the fact that him and Harden can draw like 15 fouls each is crazy.
So what about Milwaukee versus Boston? I think that's a series that's very entertaining and very like I don't know who's gonna win.
But they're
This one's
clamping up. They're-
interesting.
Yeah,
Like-
they're clamping up Giannis heavy.
Yeah, they
Like,
are, but
He was one for 10 in the first half, I think, yesterday.
yeah, but then again, he went off in the second half. And the first
Yeah.
game, even though he got clamped, he did everything else perfectly, and they won. Like
I think
without
right now,
Middleton, it's
Giannis is
hard.
probably the best player in the world right now. And he's doing that without Middleton, and Drew Holiday is still playing pretty decent.
I mean,
But
yeah,
again, they're just not as deep as Boston is. And
I wouldn't say
Boston has so many better defenders too.
no, I wouldn't say they aren't as deep as Boston because like I've been watching a lot of Milwaukee games. They have a lot of good players. Grayson Allen stepped up. Wesley Matthews stepped up. Brooke Lopez has always been playing good. Like they can compete with them. It's just they lost Middleton, so it's tough. And like
the thing is, like,
yeah,
most of those guys are in the starting lineup though, right?
No, Grayson's off the bench. I'm pretty sure. Oh
Like
wait,
if
is
you
he?
have one, consider
Yeah,
the
yeah.
fact that Boston has like, or they run 10 or 11 men deep.
Yeah, they
If
do. But
Yeah,
then
and that's the thing. Like Giannis can't score 50 every single game. Like he can, but he's gonna get too tired. Like even in the regular season, he's never played more than 35 minutes a game. If you're going up against like Tatum and Jalen Brown and Marcus Smart, who all play like 40 minutes plus on the regular, like just the conditioning alone, like they can. I think they can just outlast the Bucks. I still have the Bucks in 7, but that's only if like Chris Middleton comes back. Which I don't think he is because they said he's out for at least 2 weeks. I think.
I think he's out for the series. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's probably not going to play. But even then, the Bucks, they have a really solid lineup. They're defensively, they're amazing too. Yeah, they did get slapped up in the second game though, but that was like Boston playing like insane. And even then, Milwaukee kind of did make a push at the end, and then they just lost it. But yeah, that could go either way. I mean, they did, or the Celtics did sweep the Nets as well. So I think they are the scariest team by far right now. But then again, Milwaukee beat the Bulls by 20, 30, and 20 without Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah, that is.
that's insane as well.
Yeah, I was going to bring up the whole thing about not having Chris Middleton. Even though in the second game Boston did win, all that mattered was the fact that the Bucks took the first game. As long as they took one of those 2 games, being tied at 1-1 and going home, especially without Chris Middleton, who provides great depth, especially at the 3, and who also has a great defensive presence. With the Bucks taking at least one of those games, which they did the first game, that's all they really needed. Because now they're going back home, and now they have the home crowd.
Yeah, legit. I mean, if you're an away team going into like the other team's home, all you got to really do is just split 1-1. Like you don't have to go 2-0 up. Like legit, just split 1-1 in your away games and then take it at home. So that's what Milwaukee's done so far. Now they just got to win 2 at home, and then they're up 3-1 easy.
So who do you guys? What's your guys' final predictions for that series?
I'll say
Bucks in
Milwaukee. I'll say Milwaukee in 6. To be honest.
Okay.
I don't know. I give just consider the fact that if Jalen Brown and Jason Tatum are gonna have that one other game that they both go for like 30 each, that's why I'm giving them like 1. And I think there's one game where it's just like a defensive like slug out where Marcus Smart's just clamping up every single man on that court. And I think depends on how healthy Marcus Smart is too, right? Because I think he's injured.
Yeah, he is right now. I mean, I love to give the Celtics credit because they're a phenomenal team. It's just a lot of their players are inconsistent. Like I love Jalen Brown, but he's had his inconsistent moments a lot. I mean, he did play like amazing in game 2, but like he can easily just drop 10 the next game. It's happened a lot.
Yeah.
What about you?
I guess for my prediction, I would probably say only because Chris Middleton is out, I'm gonna say Celtics in 7. I think it will go the distance even without Chris Middleton because of the greater experience that the Bucks have. But I think the Celtics will take it in the end just because they have, in my opinion, greater depth. And right now, I think they're just playing. I think right now they're the best basketball team in the world, honestly, offensively and defensively.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And like, so moving on to the Suns versus the Dallas Mavericks. This is a very fun matchup. We got Booker versus Luca Doncic. Like, how's that series been for you guys? Like, what do you guys think of that?
I think that's the best series in the playoffs so far, honestly.
Yeah,
Like,
agreed.
That's because of the star power that Luca like brings. Like he's gonna give you 40. He's gonna give you a 40-point triple double every night. But the main problem with them is they don't have enough defensive presence. Like who's really their main defender? Who's really their one defender that they have?
Jalen Brunson. That's probably their best defender.
Yeah, so like if Jalen Brunson, who's like barely 6 foot, is your best defender on the court, right? Dwight Powell, fresh off an injury. Reggie Bullock, inconsistent. Luca, not really a great defender. He's like he's like
He's
a
pretty
below
bad.
average, not like a horrible defender. He's like below average. Jalen Brunson's about average, and Finney Smith is he's just big. He's not really like they don't have enough defense. Like they're the only way they win games is if they just they just have
Outscore
obviously they have to make more shots, but it's just like they just have to be the better offensive team.
Yeah,
That
I
can
mean,
make their shots.
they got slapped first game, but like, what? I think Dinwiddie and Brunson played like horrible.
Oh yeah, no, I think
Like Luca had
Dinwiddie
a
is really
45-point
overrated.
triple double and they lost. I'm pretty sure, some shit like.
Yeah, I'm checking the score right now. He has 25 at the half,
Yeah.
Who's
Yeah.
up right now?
and they're only
The,
up by
the Mavericks, they're up by 2. 60-58.
Yeah, it's a close game. Second game? But like the first one, then again, they did get slapped up. I mean, if they do take one and Phoenix is home though, like they should feel really confident going back. Because Jalen Brunson is your second best player. He's been having an awful series so far. Well, if they can still manage to get one, like that's like the biggest Dallas W they can get.
Yeah.
Legit.
I think they take both at home because Dallas has a really good home record.
They do. But like then again, like Phoenix is like legit so complete. Everybody's a shooter on that team. Everybody can get their own bucket. Defensively, they're amazing. I don't
It also
even know.
depends on how healthy Booker is too, right? Because
Booker's completely healthy. I've seen him play.
His first game back, I think it was 8 for 4, 8 for 20 or some shit.
Yeah, I mean that's not even that bad. For like it's
it's
hard for guards, you know. It's hard for guards though. Like if that was a big man, yeah, sure.
And I don't think they're running him at like as a shooting guard. I think they're running him at a small forward. I think they're playing Bridges. I think they're playing Bridges at shooting guard because I think I was looking at the lineup. I think they're running Jalen.
So right now, Bridges is actually playing as a small forward.
Yeah. No, it depends on matchups. Like if Luca's in, they'll put Bridges on him. I don't know, like position switch, depending on who's in the lineup.
What game is going on right now? Like
the Suns and Mavericks.
Yeah.
Who's winning? You guys know?
The Mavericks are winning 60-58, and Luca is playing absolutely amazing. I mean, he has 24 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists on 9 of 14 shooting.
I don't want to hear no Luca slander though from anybody. Even if they get swept, he's still a top 5 player in the league easily.
Yeah, no, easily. I think the thing is they have to limit their turnovers too, because right now they already have 7 turnovers in the half.
Oh yeah, I did want to say like I have as much as I want to believe in Dallas winning, their defense is fucking awful. They're by far the worst defensive team left in the playoffs. Like I don't know. Like, I'm pretty sure Phoenix shot like 57%. Like it was a high ass percentage halfway through the game.
Right. Even right now, like Phoenix is 20 for 35.
Yeah, just, like Dallas's defense is legit awful.
It's not great.
I think Yash brought this up, but it's as Yash said. The Mavericks don't really have that one guy who can anchor them defensively. They're lacking that person. While Phoenix, they could go to DeAndre Ayton, they could go to Chris Paul, who's a phenomenal phenomenal two-way guard. They have those people on defense who they could rely on. But
they legit have Mikal Bridges. Mikal Bridges, what, defensive player of the year candidate as well? Yeah, like they're insane defensively.
Honestly, a perfect trade for the Mavericks would be Robert Covington.
Yeah, I think that'd be a pretty good trade. But for who?
I mean, if you, because I say you can I say you can trade either Reggie Bullock or trade Davis Bertans.
I'd rather get rid of Bertans.
Get rid of Bertans and give them a second round pick because Robert Covington's 34, so he doesn't have that much value. He's still a great defender. He can hit his shots. Like he went for 40 points in I think the second last game of the season. Like he can get a bucket if he needs to. He's a great defender, really good shooter. He's basically a budget Draymond. Like if you can't get Draymond, you go get him
without the playmaking.
Yeah, minus the playmaking. Even though I think his playmaking is pretty good. I think he's a career
I wouldn't say it on the same level as or even a budget.
No. Of course not on the same level. But like he's like
he's not bad.
Still, like, yeah, for a power forward, it's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
But so then, I honestly think that Devin Booker will lead the Suns to a victory in this series. I don't know about you guys.
I'm honestly, it's not even D-Book. It's like just the rest of the players stepping up. Like you already know you're gonna get 25 whatever from D-Book, but then like the second game, like even Crowder, I think he had 7 points in the first quarter or something like that. Like all these role players just step up for Phoenix, and like that's legit why they had the best record in the league.
D-Book is a superstar. You just don't want to admit it, Harshan.
No, D-Book is a superstar. I think everybody knows that. But
better than Donovan Mitchell, am I right?
This year, yeah, for sure. But anything before, no, Donovan Mitchell is better.
All right, what about you guys, Deep and Yash? Who do you guys got?
They run so deep. Like I'm just looking at the rotation. Like they're starting 5, and then they have Landry Shamet, Cameron Payne, JaVale McGee, Cameron Johnson off the bench. So they run 10, 11, and the thing is like everybody on that squad can shoot. Like they're all shooters.
Yeah, exactly.
They're all shooters, and they all play defense. Like JaVale McGee is a really underrated defender. Like
Yeah,
for the amount of like
that was
he's
a
a
really
meme.
good pickup.
Like he does like
Mhm.
that's a and they have Bismack Biyombo too. Like they need like someone just to grab boards. Like he's there.
So
Yeah,
you got Suns as well, Yash?
So yeah, but the thing is, I don't know. I just trust in Luca so much. I think honestly, if it goes to Game 7, I got Dallas in 7.
Wow. Okay. Let's get your thoughts deep.
yeah. Honestly, I was gonna say I probably have like even though like I have a lot of trust in Luca too because I mean the guy's a top 5 player in the league, top 10 ever since he came to the league. But honestly, I have to give it to the Suns in 6. I think the Suns are just way too deep offensively and defensively. They have a great rotation, as Yash said, with people like JaVale McGee and Bismack Biyombo coming off the bench. I just think that honestly, the Suns are too deep for the Mavericks, but I think the Mavericks will definitely give them good, will definitely give them competition in the games that the Suns do win. But I'd still think the Suns will take it in 6.
Okay. Okay. So the next series is includes a team which I think will make it out the West, the Golden State Warriors, against a very, I would say, underrated Memphis Grizzlies, even though they are the second. Wait, what seed were they? The second seed,
The
right?
Second. Yeah.
Yeah, in the
I feel like
Warriors.
they're still very underrated though. Like a lot of people thought they'd lose to the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's just because the Timberwolves did match up against them pretty nicely. But in my opinion, this is like the best series, like by far.
This is your series.
Yeah, because I watched the first 2 games. They've both been insane. One ended on a buzzer beater miss, right? And then the second one was close all the way through until Ja dropped, like what? I think it was like 13-14 in the fourth quarter or something insane like that.
I think he scored their last like 10 points or something like that. No.
Yeah, like I think this
Yeah.
is by far the best series. Yeah, like I think, yeah.
And Josh scored 47 in total in that game.
Yep. He outscored Clay and Curry combined.
Yeah.
Wow.
No,
Yeah.
Ja Morant is disgusting. Like
He's
the
a
whole
superstar.
Grizzlies team is actually like amazing, and they're not even running Steven Adams because he's in COVID protocols, and even without that, it's a 1-1 series right now.
Because the thing is, like, even like if you saw in the regular season, Ja missed like 25 plus games. But in
And they
those 25, they won 20 of those 25. Like they won 80%. Like they're just so
Yeah.
well rounded. It's crazy. Like
I mean, because you have players stepping up. You have Triple J stepping up, Desmond Bain, Clark. You know, like you have all these Milton, bro. Like they all just stepped up in the regular season.
I
and even in the
can't
playoffs.
tell you how many minutes Dylan Brooks has played, but and it doesn't even matter because the fact that they don't. Thing is, like if they miss one, if they're missing one guy, it doesn't affect them. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Brooks kind of like in the start of game 2, of course, he got ejected for that hit. Everybody's seen that one. But
Yeah, that was weird.
the problem is, right when Dylan Brooks got ejected, Curry started frying a bit because Dylan Brooks is the one guarding Curry. You know, he's been doing a nice job on him. But they found a way to stop Curry. Like they kept him, you know, in check. Of course, Curry's gonna do his Curry things, but they kept him in check even without Dylan Brooks.
Brandon Clark is a very underrated player.
Underrated player. Yep,
He's
I agree.
very underrated. Like the games where Jaren Jackson Jr. decided to go off for like 10 fouls, this man was going crazy. I think he dropped like 24 points like twice that series.
Yeah, no, Clark's amazing. He's actually a really good player off the bench.
And thing is, like they have their bench is basically consisted of budget version of their starters.
Yeah, I mean, like they all
Brandon
just
Clark is like a budget Jaren Jackson. Tyus Jones is a great, pass first point guard. Kyle Anderson's your Desmond Bain. He can shoot the ball.
Lomo.
DeAndre Melton is a great, he's also basically a Dylan Brooks, right?
Melton
they have some guys, and they're not even playing Steven Adams or Jarrett Culver.
Yeah, I know they're missing Adams. Like that's insane. Honestly, Grizzlies can steal this series so easily.
I think whoever wins, I have Memphis coming out of the West.
You have Memphis.
Yeah, I have Memphis coming out of the West.
Okay, I have Warriors. What about you, Harshawn?
Shit, this is so tricky. I mean, it depends who plays each other in the conference finals. But if I had to pick a team right now, I think I would stick with Memphis as well.
No. So you think Memphis is going to beat Warriors this series?
I do, yeah. Because look, they should have won the first game as well. Like it was like Ja Morant has hit those game winners a couple times. It was a pretty easy one, I'd say, for him. and like the fact that he missed it, and then they won game 2, and they don't have Steven Adams, they didn't have Dylan Brooks. Yeah, of course the Warriors didn't have Gary Payton II, but
He's
even
really
with
not that
that,
important to them as.
I mean, no, he's a good defender. Like he was guarding Ja first game, so like I won't like bash him too much. Like yeah, he probably would have guarded Ja, maybe kept him away from a few extra points. But yeah, I do think like Clay's been awful this series, right?
Oh yeah,
If Clay does not step up, the Grizzlies are gonna win this. No doubt in my mind.
I say like if Clay doesn't play like good for like the rest of the series, like I say they have to consider I think because just considering the fact that he's come off an Achilles and an ACL.
Mm-hmm.
I think they should think about bringing him off the bench for a bit.
I was about to say this. I think if Klay Thompson plays back,
keep Jordan Poole on the bench too. They should start Otto Porter or Jonathan Kuminga just because they need some extra defense. Because Klay is not as fast as he used to be. He's not as agile as he used to be, and you need some bench scoring. And Jordan Poole can give you that consistently.
Honestly, I think they should start Poole. Like next game, if Klay plays bad, I think you start Poole, play Klay off the bench. Klay can give you the bench scoring. You can still switch up lineups and everything. I think Poole, like starting off the game, Poole and Curry off the start is like amazing.
He's too small to be a forward though.
No, Poole plays the 2. Poole plays point or shooting guard.
He plays a guard. Yeah.
Yeah, but then if they're gonna start Gary Payton too, right? Then Gary Payton
No. Just play him on the bench. Why would you do that? Just play those 2 off the bench. Play Poole as the 2. Play Curry as the 1. Wiggins as the 3. Dre as the 4, and then Looney as the 5.
Looney as the 5?
Yeah.
I mean, they played for like 5 minutes a game.
Yeah, no, they kind of didn't play him much last game. No, but he's actually been getting a lot of minutes before that.
I guess, yeah.
So give your early finals predictions right now. I'm interested in
Grizzlies. Heat Grizzlies.
Heat Grizzlies.
Bucks Grizzlies.
Bucks Grizzlies. Okay, what about you, Deep?
Celtics Warriors.
Celtics Warriors. Okay.
Everybody's different.
Me and Deep are on the stage. Manib, you have any predictions?
I don't even know. Milwaukee's the team I would probably say for the East, and then I'm not sure about Memphis and Golden State, but if Ja keeps it up, I feel like Memphis could make it out.
So go Bucks Grizzlies.
Oh, I do want to say this one thing though. I think the winner of Celtics and Bucks is gonna win the finals. Like I just think the winner of that series wins everything.
Okay.
Finals,
yeah. He makes it for
Bucks and Celtics will win the championship.
Yeah, legit. So like, I just think the Bucks are gonna win that series, so they're gonna win the championship. If Celtics win that series, they're gonna win the title.
Milwaukee wants that. Well, Giannis wants that title, so he's probably gonna work at it. He's been working at it, so.
Yeah, I mean that's the best player in the league. Even if they lose, he's still the best player in the league. I don't want to hear anybody saying Joel Embiid is better or something bullshit like that.
No,
Giannis is the best player in the league.
Giannis is too good.
The reason I got the Heat is because they just have so many defenders, and even remember like 2 years ago they stopped Giannis in the first round.
Yeah, but then last year they got swept.
But even like they're even better this year.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I think the Heat or Celtics are the most well-balanced team. I'd say the Suns too. I think those are the 3 most well-balanced teams.
Even the Grizzlies.
Yeah, it's just Grizzlies sometimes, Ja, like, he doesn't, like, in the first round he did struggle, right? Like, I don't think he'll get that the same with the other 3 teams. I think they're the most well-balanced overall.
The problem with Ja is that he plays down to his opponents and he plays up to his opponents. Like, he played down to the Grizzlies level, if you kind of think about it. Like,
I know what
you think of the Grizzlies, you think of the Timberwolves as an average team. He played average. Like, you think of the Warriors as like a super team. He played incredible. Like, he dropped 34 and 47.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, people are sleeping on the T-Wolves. They actually matched up really well against the Grizzlies. They should have won, to be honest. They had like 15, 10-point leads blown every other game. They should have easily won that series, to be honest.
Yo, guys, I have an idea. How about Elon Musk buys the NBA and makes the Bisla Basketball League players the champions?
Dang,
I'm with it.